2, 1.
7 things you probably didn't know you need to know. I'm Jamie East, and this is the Smart 7.
Good morning, everyone. It's Monday the 1st of August. It's Mike in for Jamie. It's Emancipation Day, and a very happy birthday to Adrian Dunbar, Joe Elliott, Julio, and Jason Momoa. Well, after 56 years of hurt, it finally happened. Football came home. England's women won Euro 2022 at a packed Wembley Stadium on Sunday. That was the entire team who invaded manager Sarina Wiegman's press conference to celebrate. England and Germany were level after normal time and heading towards penalties when one of the Lionesses' super subs stepped up.
Might just produce the fairy tale result for England.
The game finished 2-1, and at the final whistle, the crowd went wild. Congratulations flooded in from the Queen, Boris, Rishi, Liz and more as Prince William presented the trophy to Lionesses captain Leah Williamson. Beth Mead also picked up the player of the tournament and Golden Boot as leading scorer. Goal-scoring hero Chloe Kelly spoke to the BBC briefly after the game until the lure of the crowd singing Sweet Caroline proved too much.
Look at them! It's amazing, honestly. Thank you, every single person that got out to support us. This is unreal. Sweet Caroline.
The Tory leadership battle continued across the weekend, with Rishi Sunak chasing hard in his bid to close the gap on current favourite Liz Truss. He promised to lower taxes by 4p and to introduce a £10 fine for people who fail to show up for an NHS doctor's appointment to speed up the backlog system. Business Minister Greg Hands says the fines could help cut 15 million annual missed appointments.
One of the things I think the public don't have much patience for is people not showing up to their appointments. So we'll introduce a £10 fine on the second offence, and it will be at the discretion of the GP.
Liz Truss has accused Rishi of flip-flopping on taxes, and supporter Brandon Lewis was focused on the Northern Ireland Protocol. He says if she wins, it will send a clear message to Europe.
Her as Prime Minister gives a very clear message to the EU that the party in the country has a Prime Minister who is determined to get this done and to get it done in a way that works for the whole of the United Kingdom and, as I say, obviously the people of Northern Ireland.
It was a brutal weekend in Ukraine as Russian strikes hit the city of Mykolaiv, appearing to directly target the home of one of Ukraine's richest men, grain tycoon Alexei Vadotursky, killing him and his wife. There were also claims and counterclaims about what appeared to be a strike on a prisoner of war camp where Ukrainian Marines of the Vostal plant were being held. At least 50 prisoners died in what Russia claimed was a Ukrainian strike, a claim Ukraine vehemently denies. Meanwhile, speaking at the Navy Day celebrations in St. Petersburg, Vladimir Putin promised Russia would soon have new hypersonic missiles.
It will suffice to mention the latest Zircon hypersonic missile systems that have no equal in the world, for which there are no barriers. Their delivery to the Russian armed forces will begin in the coming months.
And as Ukraine prepares for a counterattack against Russian forces, President Zelensky was warning civilians to leave the Donetsk region if they can.
There are hundreds of thousands of people, of children. Many people refuse to leave. But it really needs to be done. This decision will still have to be made anyway, believe me.
This year has seen a startling number of extreme weather events as it becomes clearer we are facing a severe climate emergency. Now the US is struggling. Kentucky has been hit by severe flooding, leaving at least 26 people dead and a number of towns underwater. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear is calling for substantial federal aid to help rebuild his state and avoid this happening again.
Well, we have to build back stronger. We've got to make sure that our roads, our bridges, our culverts, our flood walls can withstand greater intensity.
Still to come on the Smart 7, Red Bull are unstoppable in Budapest and the world bids farewell to Nichelle Nichols.
Right after this. Welcome back.
3,
The Formula One Roadshow headed to Budapest this weekend. Mercedes had a tough start to the season, but continued to improve, with drivers Lewis Hamilton and George Russell second and third for a second weekend in a row at the Hungarian Grand Prix. But they weren't able to stop Max Verstappen in the Red Bull, who won the race despite a scary spin whilst out in front.
Very tricky conditions out there, but I think we had a really good strategy. We were really reactive and always pitting at the right time. I think we had some good outlaps, and then at the end, even with a 360, we won the race. So.
It feels like the Will Smith-Chris Rock Oscar slap is never going away. Friday saw Will, sitting in what looked like his therapist's office, address the moment that shook the Oscars for the first time. He answered questions from fans and explained in a memorable line that his central trauma is disappointing other people. Anyway, he also found time to properly say sorry to Chris.
So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk.
She was the cool, calm and collected communications officer on the Starship Enterprise, playing Star Trek's Lieutenant Uhura.
Hailing frequencies open, sir.
Nichelle Nichols, who passed away on Saturday evening at the age of 89, was not just a fan favourite in Star Trek. She also made history as an African-American actress in a central TV role, which included kissing William Shatner in an historic TV first. She also spent 30 years working with NASA, using her voice and presence to help recruit more than 8,000 minorities and women to the space agency. She was fondly remembered in a 2019 documentary, Women in Motion. Rest in peace, Nichelle.
We owe a great debt of gratitude to Nichelle Nichols.
All I can do is think of Nichelle Nichols as a force of nature.
I said, if they let me in the door, I will open it so wide they will see the world.
This has been The Smart 7. Wherever you're listening, do us a favour and hit the follow button. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Have a great day. Written, produced and published by Daft Doris.